Hello and welcome. My name is Todd Krauthamel, and this is the video for my engineering internship for the University of Arizona Biosystems Engineering 496A. I did my internship the summer of 2014 at Schlesinger Consulting Engineering. And what do they do? Well, they're a civil engineering company that does site plan design, roadway design, utility design and coordination, drainage analysis and design, traffic impact studies, private improvement agreements, FEMA analysis, septic system design, alternatives analysis, as well as project management. How I got this internship, the experience was pretty atypical, but it is a good lesson on the importance of networking. The company principal and I were at a mutual friend's birthday party, and we started to talk shop. Sometime during the conversation, I casually mentioned that I was looking for an internship, and he offered me his right there on the spot. It's also a good lesson in not embellishing your abilities, because if he had found out later I didn't know what I was talking about, that would not have been good, and making a good impression. It could happen to you, so just have a resume on you just in case and keep your ears open. What I did for them this summer was I worked on a team to produce job proposals and engineering plans for existing projects. I did not have to do any presentations. Formal presentations are a part of the job, but I was not required to do any. I took meeting minutes in a variety of business and engineering meetings. I used analytical and design software such as MicroStation and Inroads, which are the industry standard for transportation design, Flow2D, which is an analytical drainage program, and Pathfinder GPS, which takes GPS coordinates and changes them into state plane coordinates for survey information. I did some field survey work with the GPS and video documentation of existing and prospective job sites, and found solutions to some software and network compatibility problems we were having in the office. What I learned this summer, I learned that effective communication is a key skill in engineering. You need to be able to get your ideas across concisely and effectively. I learned the importance of the meeting agenda. When you're in a meeting with engineers of different disciplines and or business people, you want everybody talking about the same thing on the same page at the same time. I learned that good engineers don't stay in the office. You need to get out into the field and get your hands dirty. You may be working on a site where the existing plans don't include some features that are on the site itself. Unless you go out there and look at it, you're not going to know that. When you are in the field, be aware of where you are and what you're doing at all times. I included a picture of this particular culvert because in my first week on the job, I had to go down to South Wilmot with a GPS and mark the existing drainage features, as well as measure pipe diameters to do a flow analysis. And I squatted down in front of this particular pipe with my tape measure, and something inside the pipe growled at me and proceeded to charge. So I scrambled out of that thing as fast as I could, and 4 full-grown javelina came blowing out of that pipe at full speed. And had I been standing in front of it, it wouldn't have been pretty. So yeah, just be aware of what you're doing. I learned that in the design process, the importance of knowing your client's design criteria as well as all laws and regulations governing the project. There are a slew of government regulations when it comes to design and implementation of engineering projects. Be familiar with the latest industry software and how office computer networks operate. Especially if you work in a smaller company, you may not have an IT guy there to help you when your computer goes south. Networking is an important skill whether you're an entry-level engineer or senior manager. I learned that engineers and engineering companies get a lot of their jobs just from knowing other engineers and engineering companies. And when it comes to that, your reputation is really important. If you gain a reputation as being hard to work with, or incompetent, or unethical, you're not going to get a lot of jobs. So, what did I like about this experience? I liked the opportunity to meet and work with experienced engineers from different disciplines. It was very eye-opening and taught me a lot about the process and the business of engineering. Learning about the real-world engineering process, how in an office a set of plans goes from idea to design to fruition. I liked learning about the business of engineering, about marketing yourself and marketing your company. I liked learning about surveying and especially being in the field. I also liked learning how to manage a meeting. It's a very important skill to have. When you're in a meeting with different engineers, you can't have chaos. You need everybody talking about the same thing in order for things to go smoothly. I liked learning the engineering software and how office networks worked.
I also gained a perspective on what it's like to work for a big firm versus a small firm. I worked for a small firm, but we subcontracted with some of the biggest engineering firms in the country, such as AECom. And I got to talk to the people that work for them, and it gave me a real good perspective on the differences between the two. And really, there was nothing disliked about this experience. I got up and I went to work every day, and I learned something new every single day. It was a very eye-opening experience. It just increased my love of engineering. So that comes to my recommendation. If you're interested in seeing how the real-world design process is performed, seeing how biosystems engineering intersects with civil and other engineering disciplines, as well as learning about the business and regulatory side of engineering, then my recommendation for this type of internship is a big yes. And that brings me to the end. Thank you very much.